in the finals? Will it be Curry or will it be Kawhi?
I'm going to roll with Steph Curry. Until further notice, Max Kellerman, I'm going to roll with that. I'm sorry. Listen, let me put it to you this way. And this is how I'm going to explain it to y'all. When you are a shooter, I'm not talking, Max, I want you to hear me and hear me clearly because sometimes I'm here for you, bro. There is a difference between someone who can shoot and a shooter. Or someone who can shoot is someone who can score, and we respect that. Allen Iverson could shoot. Others could shoot. But then there are snipers, man. Listen, when you see Steph Curry, think about Del Curry. How this man walked out of the parking lot shooting threes when he was a player. Couldn't do much else, but my God, could he shoot. Steve Kerr could shoot. John Paxson could shoot. Greg Hodges could shoot. Dale Ellis, Ricky Pierce, downtown Freddie Brown. I know I'm getting a little bit too old school for you, man, but I'm just telling you. Larry Bird, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, these are shooters.
No Trent Tucker love.
Trent Tucker, yeah, he could shoot. But what I'm saying is there's a difference between shooters and those who can shoot. And the reason why I bring that analogy up, Max, is to break this down for you. When it comes to shooters, snipers, defenses don't matter. Their attitude is, as long as you don't block my shot and I get it off, it's a wrap. And what I'm saying to you is that as great as we've seen Toronto play defense, when you're going against shooters, trust you me, whether they make or miss it, it ain't going to be because of the defense unless they block shots. You're either making or you're missing. But it ain't going to be because of another human being. It's going to be because your shot's off. That's the Golden State Warriors. And if Steph Curry, unless you're blocking shots, you got to remember, Van Vliet, Kyle Lowry, and these boys. I mean, if they're defending him, it ain't like it's 6'8" Kawhi. So I'm just telling you, it's one of them situations, man. This brother, if Steph Curry gets it on, and by the way, Max, he's never won Finals MVP, as you so eloquently reminded all of us. He's never done it.
Don't step on the line I have prepared for you now that I've heard what you just said.
Go ahead.
You say there's a difference between
shooters
someone who
and
can
those who can shoot.
Right, shooters and someone who can shoot. There's also the difference between a Finals MVP and Steph Curry, who is playing in his 5th consecutive Finals.
That's right.
And has never won nor deserved a Finals MVP.
That's true.
Let's take it. And by
Change
the way,
is coming.
Someone who can shoot and shooter, okay. A shooter and someone who can shoot. You think a shooter in Game 7, when if they win this game, they're going to be called by many, if not most, the greatest team in the history of American team sports. They won more games than Michael Jordan's Bulls, 73 games in a season. At home, 4th quarter. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left. They didn't score a single point.
His spirit was compromised, man. He was his spirit.
When you say spirit, you rubbed your heart.
He wasn't 100%.
When you say spirit, you rubbed your heart.
It's my spirit. The spirit comes. I mean, part of this comes from the heart.
When LeBron blocked his shot and screamed on him like he was his dad,
that's a good point, man.
His spirit
it's around my heart.
Huh?
It's around my heart.
Okay.
You know, I got it.
Okay.
But are you saying? Are you about to engage in blasphemy? Are you saying that Steph Curry was scared? Is that what you're saying?
Bring it back to Wu-Tang Clan. Bring the ruckus. Scream on you like your dad. Bring it on.
Are you saying that Steph Curry was scared?
Let me explain something to you, Stephen A. I want to take you through the finals one at a time. Because they won their first finals before KD got there.
Yep.
But Kyrie and Kevin Love were hurt.
That's true.
Meaning
That's true.
The second best player on the Cavs was Dellavedova, and it still went 6 games.
Okay.
They'd have lost if the Cavs
They didn't know how to win at that time. They were learning.
Then the next season, they lost. No Finals MVP. Clearly, Steph continually got worse under pressure. Then they got KD, and they won twice. KD got the MVP both times. So you're going to compare that to Kawhi Leonard, who just, by the way, he's already won Finals MVP because his team beat LeBron. And why did they beat LeBron?
He averaged like 14 for crying out loud. He just played exceptional defense and scored over 20 the last 3 games.
You know what I love? Everyone pays lip service to defense wins championships and how important it is, and no one except for me apparently believes it. It's equally as important as offense. It's half the game, and Kawhi is elite on both sides. He will be the best player this season. Now, Steph may win his first series MVP, his first finals MVP, because he'll be the best player, maybe. I mean, Draymond was better than him when they won 73 games in the finals, but he might be the best player.
He was better than him in the Game 7, yes.
The best player on the team that wins. And they always give it to that guy. Like, even when Kawhi won it, LeBron was the MVP when they gave it to Iguodala. Like, you know, but they're going to give it to Steph if the Golden State wins and they can make a case for Steph. That's not going to make him the best on the floor. Kawhi Leonard will clearly and by far be the best player on the floor in this series.
What I'm saying to you is this. If Steph Curry goes ballistic in the finals, the way that he went ballistic against Portland, for example, or in Game 5 in the fourth quarter, Game 5, and the second half of Game 6, if that Steph Curry shows up in the NBA Finals, then obviously he will have been the best player in the NBA Finals. That doesn't make him better than Kawhi Leonard. It doesn't make him a better all-around player than Kawhi. I'm just talking about specifically for the purposes of this series. If he played like that and Kawhi doesn't, then Steph Curry would be the best player in the finals.
Let's not say one guy's off, one guy's on. Let's say they're both on. Steph plays like he just did against Portland. Kawhi plays like he just did against Milwaukee. Who's better?
Well, let me say this. Which game? Do I get the series or are you giving me a game?
Series.
Because I got news for you. I think that Kawhi was much better in Game 6 than he was in Game 5 than he was in Game 6.
Series,
Kawhi Leonard, obviously you get both ends of the floor. He's the more complete player.
But that's what I'm saying.
But let me say this to you. I believe that Kawhi Leonard could play every bit as good in the finals. And if Steph Curry explodes, it don't matter. It don't matter. Steph Curry will have a greater impact towards victory. Steph Curry get rolling. It's a wrap. Max, I go this far. Kawhi Leonard could play the same way he's played. If Steph Curry plays the way we saw him play against Portland, Toronto might get swept.
No, and I'll tell you why.
How about that one?
Here's the argument that I would accept from you, and if you're making this argument, it doesn't say Steph's better than Kawhi in the series.
Okay.
Here's the argument. Steph got Draymond Green, who's a perennial all-star, and when it matters most is a superstar. Draymond Green, I thought, was better than Steph in this last Portland series, but certainly one of the two best players on the team. He's an MVP caliber player when it matters most. And Klay Thompson is an all-star, one of the best shooters ever. So who's like that on Toronto?
What you trying to say about Steph and Kawhi, though?
I'm saying, who is like that on Toronto for Kawhi? So if Steph goes off, it's on top of the contributions of those type of players.
Okay, that's fine, Max, but what I'm saying is we knew that when the question was asked about who could potentially be the best player in this series. Right. So all I'm saying to you is this. If Kawhi played every bit as good as you say that he's played, and we all know he's played in the playoffs, but if he plays every bit as good as you believe, I am telling you, if Steph does too, Steph's impact will be far greater.
No, I don't think you're really making that argument. You're making the argument that Steph's teammates are better than Kawhi's, and therefore Steph puts them over the top.
No, Max. No, Max. I'm making the argument that you've made on many, many occasions in the past, that Steph Curry is a galvanizing force in a manner that nobody else is. So when he's flowing, he has that kind of impact.
All right, gentlemen, we gotta wrap up the conversation right there. We'll see if Curry's going to explode in the NBA Finals. He scored 35 points in 4 straight games, tied with Rick Barry in 1967 for the longest streak by a Warriors player in postseason